In the very heart of southern Central Africa, there lies a wilderness so immense, so ancient, that it feels untouched by the passage of time. Here the land stretches endlessly, a tapestry woven from golden savannas, dense woodlands and winding rivers that shimmer beneath the awakening sun. This is Kafue National Park, a realm where the wild reigns supreme and the pulse of life beats in harmony with the earth itself. As dawn breaks, the first light spills across the plains, revealing herds of antelope drifting like shadows over the dew-laden grass. The air is crisp, alive with the distant calls of birds and the soft rustle of creatures stirring in the undergrowth. In this sprawling Eden, the cycles of life and death unfold on a scale both grand and intimate, each moment a testament to the resilience and beauty of the natural world. Rivers, ancient and patient, carve their way through the land, their waters glinting in the morning light. Along their banks woodlands glow with the warmth of the sun, sheltering a multitude of life, each species perfectly adapted to its place in this intricate web. The air hums with the movement of insects, the flutter of wings, and the soft footfalls of mammals weaving through the grass. To enter Kafue is to step into a primordial Africa, where thundering herds of buffalo and wildebeest surge across the plains, and silent hunters, lions, leopards and wild dogs, move like shadows through the tall grass. Overhead, flocks of birds wheel and dive, their calls echoing beneath the vast endless sky. The landscape is a living canvas, painted in hues of gold and green, shaped by the relentless forces of wind, water and sun. Clouds gather and disperse in dramatic sweeps, casting fleeting shadows that dance across the savannah, while the land itself pulses with a raw, untamed energy. Every inch of this wilderness teems with life. In the grass, tiny mammals scurry and insects labour, their worlds as vital as those of the giants that roam above. Impalas graze in the dappled light, ever watchful, while birds flit overhead, their wings catching the sun in flashes of iridescent colour. After a sudden rain, the scent of wild sage rises from the earth, mingling with the rich aroma of damp soil. Animal tracks criss-cross the mud, silent stories of passage and pursuit. Far across the plain, a lion's roar rumbles, a deep, resonant sound that travels for miles, a reminder of the power that dwells here. This is a land unshaped by human hands, where the wild persists in its purest form. The bush is thick, tangled and impenetrable in places, offering sanctuary to creatures both fierce and fragile. Here the only order is that of nature itself. Floodplains shimmer beneath the midday sun, their waters reflecting the sky in dazzling brilliance. Dense woodlands stand in cool, dappled shade, their secrets hidden beneath a canopy of leaves. Rivers surge with unstoppable force, shaping the land and nourishing all who depend on their life-giving flow. Kafue is not merely a place, but a living, breathing tapestry. A complex web where every creature, every plant, every drop of water is connected. The balance here is delicate, each life entwined with countless others in a dance as old as the land itself. The influence of this wilderness stretches far beyond its visible borders. Wildlife corridors link distant habitats, allowing the great migrations and subtle movements that sustain the park's astonishing diversity. Within these boundaries, some of Africa's most iconic and vulnerable species find refuge. African wild dogs, elusive and endangered, move in coordinated packs, while elephant families traverse the grasslands, their matriarchs guiding the young through a world both perilous and bountiful. In a world where wild spaces are vanishing, Kafue endures as a sanctuary, a bastion of hope for the future of untamed Africa. Its vastness shelters entire ecosystems, preserving the ancient rhythms that have been lost elsewhere. The sheer scale of this wilderness allows for the survival of great migrations, the ebb and flow of predator and prey, and the subtle interplay of countless species. Here, nature's grandest dramas unfold, uninterrupted and unbroken. To understand Kafue is to witness the intricate balance that governs all life. Predator and prey, plant and animal, water and earth, each is a vital thread in the fabric of existence, each dependent on the others for survival. The journey through this last Eden is one of endless discovery. Every dawn brings new wonders, every dusk a chorus of life settling into the night. From the seasonally flooded grasslands of the north, where water transforms the land into a shimmering expanse, to the ancient forests of the south, where sunlight filters through towering trees, Kafue's landscapes are as varied as they are breathtaking. Here, formidable predators rule, lions stalking through the grass, leopards melting into the shadows, wild dogs coursing across the plains. Each has mastered the art of survival, each plays a role in the eternal drama of life and death. The air is alive with birdsong, vivid flashes of colour and bursts of sound that fill every corner of the park. From the haunting call of the fish-eagle to the chatter of weavers, the avian life here is as rich and varied as the land itself. Yet, even in this sanctuary, the shadows of danger linger. The delicate balance is threatened by forces that creep at the edges, silent, insidious, and ever-present. The struggle for survival is not only between predator and prey, but against the encroaching darkness that seeks to unravel the wild. This is the story of Kafue, a story of life in all its forms, of struggle and triumph, of hope that endures as long as the wild heart of Africa continues to beat, untamed and free. To truly grasp the essence of Kafue, one must first surrender to its overwhelming vastness, a wilderness that stretches beyond the horizon, where the land seems to breathe with the memory of ancient epochs. Spanning an astonishing 22,400 square kilometres, Kafue is not only Zambia's oldest and largest national park, but also the second largest protected area on the entire African continent. To put this into perspective, its boundaries encompass an area comparable to the nation of Wales or the state of Massachusetts, a scale so immense that it defies easy comprehension. From its northernmost reaches to its southern edge, Kafue stretches for more than 190 kilometres, a sanctuary of uninterrupted wilderness where ancient migratory routes remain open and the rhythms of nature unfold as they have for millennia. This sheer expanse is the park's greatest strength, providing the space for a breathtaking diversity of life to flourish. Predators and prey, great herds and elusive wanderers, all thriving in a landscape unbroken by fences or the marks of civilization. At the heart of this ancient realm flows the Kafue River, a majestic waterway stretching 1,600 kilometres, the longest river to run entirely within Zambia's borders. The Kafue and its major tributaries, the Lunga and Lufupa, are the lifeblood of this ecosystem, their waters nourishing the land and sustaining a web of life that radiates outward from their banks. These rivers meander through the park, carving a dynamic and ever-shifting tapestry of floodplains, riverine forests and marshlands, where the landscape is in constant dialogue with the flow of water. Beneath this living landscape lies a foundation forged in deep time. The park's geology is a testament to the Earth's ancient past, with outcrops of phoritic granite, schist and Katanga limestone. Rock formations that have witnessed the slow dance of continents and the rise and fall of primordial seas. This geological diversity gives rise to a mosaic of soils, each nurturing its own unique community of plants. From sandy expanses to rich alluvial deposits, the land supports a staggering array of vegetation, which in turn sustains a multitude of creatures. From the tiniest insects hidden beneath the leaf litter to the towering elephants that roam the open plains. Kafue is a land of contrasts and transitions, where rocky outcrops rise above the grasslands and dense woodlands give way to open floodplains. Each habitat is a world unto itself, shaped by the interplay of water, soil and stone. The climate here is defined by two powerful seasons. The rainy season, from October to April, brings life-giving downpours. Over 1,000 millimeters of rain can fall, transforming the dry plains into a lush, emerald world of wetlands and shimmering pools. With each storm, the landscape is reborn, rivers swell, and the air hums with the energy of renewal. Then, as the rains fade and the long dry season takes hold from May to September, the waters recede. Life converges around the remaining rivers and waterholes, creating scenes of intense drama and abundance as animals gather in search of sustenance. This cycle of flood and drought, of abundance and scarcity, is the pulse that drives the park's ecological engine, shaping the lives of all who dwell within its borders. The result is a living mosaic, a patchwork of forests, wetlands, grasslands and rocky hills, each supporting its own community of plants and animals, yet all woven together into a seamless whole. Unlike smaller parks dominated by a single landscape, Kafue is a complete and functioning ecosystem on a grand scale, a place where diversity is the key to resilience and abundance. Here, the complexity and grandeur of the natural world are on full display, a living testament to the power of time, water and stone, and a sanctuary where the ancient rhythms of Africa endure undisturbed and eternal. Sprawling across the heart of Zambia, Kafue National Park is a living tapestry of wild sanctuaries, each woven with its own intricate patterns of life. Within this immense wilderness, a breathtaking array of habitats unfolds, each one a distinct realm sheltering a unique cast of plants and animals, and together forming one of Africa's richest strongholds of biodiversity. In the far northwest, the legendary Busanga Plains stretch to the horizon, a vast seasonally flooded basin sculpted by the Kafue River. For much of the year, these plains are transformed into a shimmering expanse of water, reflecting the sky and nourishing a lush aquatic world. Countless channels and lagoons snake through the grasslands, their margins alive with the calls of waterbirds and the rustle of reeds. As the dry season advances, the floodwaters slowly recede, unveiling carpets of emerald-green grasses. These nutritious pastures draw immense herds of herbivores, puku with their golden coats, red lechwe bounding through the shallows, and formidable buffalo moving in dark, shifting masses. The air vibrates with the energy of life, as grazers gather in their thousands, watched by ever-vigilant predators. Scattered across these plains, monumental termite mounds rise like ancient sentinels, some towering several meters above the grasses. These living structures, built by armies of tiny architects, become vital islands of refuge. Their sun-baked summits offer dry ground during the floods, vantage points for prowling predators, and cool, hidden dens for creatures such as the elusive side-striped jackal. Around their bases, woody shrubs and small trees take root, creating miniature forests in the sea of grass. Flowing southward from the Busanga, the Lunga and Kafue rivers carve winding corridors through the landscape. Their banks are lined with dense vegetation, forming green arteries that pulse with life. These rivers are lifelines, linking distant habitats and allowing animals to move safely between them, while their waters sustain a multitude of aquatic and terrestrial species. Beyond the riverbanks, the Miombo woodland dominates the heart of Kafue. This vast, semi-deciduous forest is defined by the towering brachystegia trees, their gnarled trunks and spreading canopies casting dappled shade over the forest floor. In the dry season, the leaves turn golden and fall, carpeting the ground in a mosaic of colour, while the rains bring a flush of new growth and wildflowers. The undergrowth is thick and tangled, providing shelter for a secretive world of creatures. Within these woodlands, browsers like kudu and roan antelope move silently among the trees, their coats blending with the shifting light. The Miombo is also the domain of the elusive leopard, a master of stealth, whose rosetted coat melts into the shadows as it stalks its prey. Birds flit through the branches, and the air is alive with the calls of hornbills, cuckoos, and the drumming of woodpeckers. Along the rivers, lush riverine forests flourish, their dense foliage forming a vibrant green ribbon through the park. Here, the boundaries between land and water blur. Towering fig and ebony trees arch over the banks, their roots anchoring the soil and their branches providing shelter for monkeys, birds and insects. The river's edge is a meeting place where woodland dwellers and aquatic life converge. Antelopes come to drink, crocodiles bask in the shallows, and kingfishers dart above the water. In the park's southeast, a vast expanse of water glimmers in the sunlight, Lake Iteji-Teji. This immense reservoir, stretching over 390 square kilometres, has transformed the landscape, flooding ancient woodlands and creating a new aquatic world. Its deep blue waters are fringed by a mosaic of habitats, from open water to reed beds and grassy shores. The lake's ever-changing water levels give rise to broad mudflats and lush, grassy shorelines. These ephemeral habitats are a haven for water birds. Flamingos, herons, storks, and countless others gather in great flocks, feeding and nesting along the shifting margins. The air is filled with their calls, and the mud teems with life, from tiny invertebrates to wading birds. Along the banks, herds of elephants move in stately procession, their massive forms silhouetted against the water. Hippos wallow in the shallows, their grunts echoing across the lake, while antelope and other wildlife gather at the water's edge to drink and graze. Here, the wild inhabitants of Kafue have adapted to a landscape dramatically reshaped by water. New patterns of life have emerged as animals and plants find ways to thrive in this altered sanctuary, demonstrating the resilience and adaptability of nature. Far to the south, the Nangula Plains rise above the surrounding woodlands, a unique elevated plateau of well-drained sandy soils. Here, a sweeping grassland savanna stretches beneath vast skies, its golden grasses rippling in the wind. The openness of the plains is broken only by scattered acacias and the occasional termite mound. The Nangula Plains are among the most remote and untouched corners of Kafue. Here silence reigns, broken only by the distant calls of birds and the rustle of grass. The sense of wilderness is profound, offering a glimpse into a world where nature remains undisturbed and wild. These open grasslands are the perfect stage for Africa's fastest predator, the cheetah. With unmatched speed and agility, cheetahs race across the plains in pursuit of fleet-footed prey, their spotted forms blurring against the golden backdrop. Where the grasslands meet the Miombo woodland, a rich transition zone emerges. Here species from both habitats mingle, antelopes graze at the forest edge, while birds and small mammals move between the trees and the open plain. This blending of environments supports an extraordinary diversity of life. From the watery expanse of the Busanga floodplain, through the shadowed depths of Miombo forest, to the sunlit grasslands of Nangula, Kafue's wild sanctuaries are a living mosaic. Each habitat, distinct yet interconnected, reveals a dazzling spectrum of life, an ever-changing masterpiece shaped by the rhythms of nature. Kafue is a vast, untamed kingdom where survival is a daily contest of strength, speed, cunning and adaptation. Here, Africa's most formidable predators reign, each uniquely evolved to thrive within the park's ever-shifting mosaic of grasslands, woodlands and wetlands. Every day the drama of life and death unfolds, shaped by the relentless pursuit of prey and the ingenious strategies of those who must evade them. The undisputed king is the lion, a symbol of raw power and social complexity. With a population exceeding 200, Kafue's lions form tightly knit prides, their social bonds forged through years of cooperative living. These alliances are the foundation of their hunting prowess, allowing them to target prey far larger than any single lion could subdue alone. In the Busanga Plains, the lions have become legends for their remarkable adaptability. When the seasonal floods transform the grasslands into a watery labyrinth, these big cats wade through the shallows, stalking red lechwe antelope that have nowhere to hide. At times they climb the low branches of fig trees, using the vantage point to scan for movement or simply to escape the heat and biting insects below. The males, massive and muscular, tip the scales at over 190 kilograms. Their bone-crushing jaws deliver a bite force of 4,500 newtons, enough to shatter the thick bones of buffalo and zebra. Hunts are meticulously coordinated. Some lions drive the herd, while others lie in ambush ready to pounce. Their success depends on patience, timing, and the unspoken communication that binds the pride together. Where the lion's brute strength dominates, the cheetah survives by being the fastest animal on land, a master of acceleration and agility. Kafue shelters Zambia's largest population of cheetahs, with around 60 mature individuals roaming the open plains. These sleek, solitary hunters are built for speed, their lightweight frames and long limbs perfectly suited for explosive chases. The open grasslands of the Nangula Plains are their hunting grounds. Here, cheetahs can accelerate from 0 to nearly 100 kilometers per hour in just 3 seconds, closing the gap on fleet-footed prey before they even realize the danger. Unlike the lions, cheetahs hunt alone or in small family groups. They rely on stealth, using the tall grass as cover to creep within striking distance. When the moment is right, they unleash a breathtaking sprint, targeting agile antelope like impala and puku. But speed comes at a cost. Cheetahs must catch their prey quickly or risk exhaustion and losing their meal to stronger competitors. To spot danger and opportunity alike, cheetahs often climb termite mounds, their keen eyes scanning the horizon for both prey and the ever-present threat of rival predators. The leopard, meanwhile, is the undisputed master of stealth and camouflage, a solitary phantom of the woodlands. Thriving in the dense Miombo woodlands and the tangled riverine forests along the Lunga and Lufupa rivers, leopards are rarely seen. Their secretive nature and nocturnal habits make them the most elusive of Kafue's great cats. Recent studies reveal a healthy and growing population, with densities in some protected areas reaching up to 2.9 individuals per 100 square kilometers, a testament to their adaptability and skill. A leopard's strength is deceptive. With powerful jaws and sinewy muscles, it can hoist prey heavier than itself high into the branches, safe from the prying eyes and jaws of lions and hyenas. This arboreal larder is a hallmark of the leopard's solitary, self-reliant lifestyle. Their rosette-spotted coats blend seamlessly with the dappled light of the forest, allowing them to vanish into the shadows, silent, patient and deadly. Beyond the great cats, a host of other predators shape the destinies of Kafue's wildlife, each with their own unique strategies and adaptations. The African wild dog, or painted wolf, is a paragon of teamwork. Packs of 6 to 20 individuals move as one, communicating with high-pitched calls and body language. Their hunts are relentless, often covering vast distances at a loping run, wearing down their quarry with sheer stamina and coordination. Their success rate is unmatched. Up to 90% of hunts end in a kill. Wild dogs employ a remarkable form of communication. Before a hunt, they gather and sneeze. each sneeze a vote in a democratic decision to begin the chase. This social cohesion is vital, for their survival depends on unity and cooperation. The spotted hyena, often misunderstood, is both a formidable hunter and an opportunistic scavenger. Living in large matriarchal clans, hyenas use their immense jaw strength to crush bone and consume every part of a carcass. Their haunting calls echo across the savannah, signalling both dominance and the constant struggle for food. In the rivers, the ancient Nile crocodile lurks, a living relic of prehistory. Some grow over 5 meters long, their armored bodies perfectly adapted for ambush. With a sudden surge, they seize unsuspecting prey at the water's edge, dragging it beneath the surface and employing the infamous death roll to subdue even the strongest animals. Yet for every predator there is prey, equally adapted, equally determined to survive. Antelope form herds for vigilance, birds sound alarms, and even the smallest creatures have evolved camouflage, speed or armour. In Kafue, the balance of power is ever-shifting, a perpetual contest where only the most resourceful endure. This is the essence of life in the last Eden, a world where survival is the ultimate art. Beyond the drama of predator and prey, the true heartbeat of Kafue pulses through its astonishing array of mammals. Each species a vital thread in the tapestry of this wild Eden. Here the landscape is alive with movement, sound, and subtle interactions, as herds and solitary wanderers shape the destiny of the land itself. Towering above all, the African elephant reigns as the park's gentle giant. With a population of nearly 4,800, these matriarchal herds traverse ancient migratory routes, their massive forms casting long shadows across the savannah. Elephants move with deliberate grace, from the dappled woodlands to the shimmering floodplains. Their daily journeys are not random wanderings, but purposeful acts of creation and renewal. With a single push, an elephant can topple a tree, opening up the canopy and allowing sunlight to nourish new grasses. In the dry season, their powerful trunks dig deep into parched riverbeds, unearthing hidden water that sustains countless creatures, antelope, birds, and even the smallest insects during the harshest months. Their intelligence is legendary, their memories long. Elephants remember the locations of distant waterholes and communicate across vast distances with low rumbles, orchestrating the movements of entire herds. They are the architects of Kafue, sculpting the land with every step. Across the open floodplains and rolling grasslands, antelope gather in dazzling abundance. Their presence is a living mosaic, each species adapted to a unique niche, each herd a vital link in the food web. The Busanga Plains are the realm of the red lechwe. These antelope, with their russet coats and splayed hooves, are built for the wetlands. They bound effortlessly through the marsh, their hooves spreading wide to keep them from sinking, while their keen senses keep them alert to the slightest ripple of danger. In the golden light of dawn, puku graze in loose groups, their reddish-gold coats glowing against the dew-laden grass. Ever watchful, they communicate with soft whistles and sudden leaps, warning each other of approaching threats. Deeper in the Miombo woodlands, the sable antelope moves with regal poise, its scimitar-shaped horns gleaming in the filtered sunlight. Nearby, the giant roan antelope, one of Africa's largest, grazes in small, tight-knit groups, their powerful bodies built for both speed and endurance. These herds are the lifeblood of Kafue's predators, their movements shaping the strategies of lions, leopards, and wild dogs. Every migration, every gathering at a waterhole, is a silent contest of survival. Yet the story of Kafue's mammals is not only about size and spectacle. The park teems with smaller, often overlooked creatures, each playing a crucial role in the ecosystem's balance. The black-backed jackal, with its sharp eyes and keen nose, is a master of adaptation. It weaves through the grass, scavenging leftovers from larger predators or hunting for rodents and insects, its presence a constant reminder of nature's resourcefulness. Agile and opportunistic, the jackal's haunting calls echo at dusk, signalling the start of its nightly patrol. It is both hunter and scavenger, thriving in the spaces between the giants. Among the most captivating of Kafue's smaller mammals is the banded mongoose. These energetic foragers move in tightly knit troops, their bodies rippling with coordinated motion as they scour the ground for food. Chattering constantly, the mongooses dig and probe for beetles, millipedes and scorpions, their sharp claws and nimble noses uncovering hidden feasts beneath the soil. Their social bonds are strong, with sentinels standing guard as others feed, ever vigilant for danger. When threatened, the troop unites in a display of collective bravery, mobbing would-be predators with a flurry of movement and sound. Even birds of prey think twice before challenging their fierce solidarity. The abundance and health of these mammal populations are the clearest signs of Kafue's vitality. Each species, from the largest to the smallest, is a living indicator of the park's ecological balance. The coexistence of so many mammals, each perfectly adapted to its own role, reveals the intricate web of relationships that sustains this wilderness. Grazers, browsers, omnivores and carnivores, each finds its place, each shapes the world around it. In the rivers, hippos carve channels through the water, their massive bodies creating pathways for fish and aquatic plants. In the dense thickets, the elusive bushbuck slips silently between shadows, its striped coat blending perfectly with the dappled light. From the thunderous footsteps of elephants to the quicksilver dash of a mongoose, every mammal in Kafue plays a part in the grand symphony of life. Together, they create a living library of diversity, a rare and precious wilderness where the story of Africa's mammals continues to unfold, wild and unbroken. Kafue National Park is a living tapestry of avian wonders, a sanctuary where over 515 bird species fill the air with colour, song and movement. Here, the sky is alive with wings, each beat a testament to the park's extraordinary biodiversity. Across vast woodlands, shimmering wetlands and endless grasslands, birds of every shape and hue thrive. Towering storks stride through the shallows while eagles command the thermals above, their silhouettes etched against the endless blue. Among the most captivating is the secretary bird, a terrestrial raptor that strides with regal poise through the golden grasses. Standing over a metre tall, this endangered hunter is a marvel of adaptation, its long legs built for speed and precision. The secretary bird's hunting technique is legendary. With lightning-fast kicks it subdues venomous snakes and other prey, relying on its crane-like legs rather than its beak. Each strike is a display of both power and accuracy, a dance of survival on the open plains. Its name is inspired by the elegant quill-like feathers that fan out behind its head, reminiscent of the pens once tucked behind the ears of 19th-century clerks. These feathers, both ornamental and functional, add to the bird's unmistakable silhouette. Above the rivers and lakes, the African fish eagle reigns supreme. Its haunting, melodious cry echoes across the water, a sound so evocative it is often called the very voice of Africa. With a wingspan stretching up to 2.4 metres, this raptor is a master angler. From lofty perches, it scans the surface below, then plunges in a breathtaking dive, snatching fish with razor-sharp talons in a display of aerial prowess. The African fish eagle is monogamous, forming lifelong bonds. Pairs are often seen duetting, their calls weaving together in a powerful chorus that strengthens their partnership and proclaims their territory. The presence of these majestic eagles signals a thriving aquatic ecosystem, rich in fish and teeming with life. Their success is a barometer of the river's health, linking sky and water in a delicate balance. Along the margins of wetlands and the remains of the savannah's great dramas, the giants of the stork family patrol with stately grace. Their towering forms are unmistakable against the shimmering water. The marabou stork, often dubbed the Undertaker bird for its sombre plumage and hunched stance, is a vital scavenger. It plays a crucial role in the ecosystem, swiftly cleaning up carcasses and preventing the spread of disease. Its formidable beak is perfectly designed to tear through the toughest hides, accessing food that other scavengers cannot. This efficiency ensures that nothing goes to waste in the cycle of life and death. The marabou's pink, fleshy gular sac, hanging from its throat, is not for storing food. Instead, it is connected to the nostrils and is thought to play a role in courtship displays, inflating and deflating as the bird interacts with potential mates. The saddle-billed stork, Africa's tallest, stands an impressive 150 centimeters high. Its striking bill, adorned with a vivid yellow saddle, makes it instantly recognizable as it forages in the shallows for fish, frogs and crustaceans. Kafue is a sanctuary for some of Africa's rarest and most specialized birds, offering refuge to species found nowhere else in such numbers. The lappet-faced vulture, with its immense 2.9-meter wingspan, dominates the carcass. Its powerful beak can tear open the toughest hides, allowing smaller scavengers to feed and ensuring the rapid recycling of nutrients. The Goliath heron, the world's largest, is a solitary sentinel of the backwaters. Patient and precise, it stalks large fish, its every movement a study in focus and restraint. The critically endangered wattled crane, Africa's rarest, depends on the seasonal floodplains for survival. These elegant birds build their nests among the reeds, raising their young in the safety of the wetlands. The wattled crane's namesake feature, the red fleshy wattles, can elongate or retract with the bird's mood, shrinking when anxious or threatened, and extending during displays of confidence or courtship. As dusk settles over the Nangula Plains, the soft, haunting hoot of the spotted eagle owl drifts through the air. This nocturnal predator, with its keen senses and silent flight, is perfectly adapted to hunting small rodents in the darkness, completing the cycle of life that pulses through Kafue's skies. Kafue National Park, a sprawling sanctuary of wild Africa, stretches across the horizon, a tapestry of grasslands, woodlands, and winding rivers. Yet, beneath this breathtaking expanse, a silent struggle unfolds, threatening the very fabric of this ecosystem. Across the park, the presence of hidden dangers, silent, indiscriminate, and deadly, casts a shadow over the lives of its inhabitants. Steel cable snares, camouflaged among the undergrowth, wait unseen along animal trails. These traps do not discriminate, ensnaring any creature that crosses their path, from the smallest antelope to the mightiest elephant or the elusive wild dog. The aftermath is often tragic. Majestic lions, powerful elephants and rare wild dogs suffer grievous injuries, their movements slowed, their lives imperiled. The slow, agonizing toll of these snares ripples through the food chain, weakening entire populations and disrupting the delicate balance of predator and prey. Beyond the immediate dangers of physical traps, the landscape itself is under siege. Once continuous stretches of grassland and woodland are now fragmented as the edges of the park give way to barren, degraded patches. The contrast between lush, thriving wilderness and scarred, empty ground is stark, a visual testament to the park's vulnerability. The encroachment of open land, the slow march of deforestation and the loss of vital wildlife corridors threaten the ancient migratory routes of countless species. As the natural boundaries shrink, animals find themselves hemmed in, their access to water, food and breeding grounds increasingly restricted. Deep within the heart of Kafue, the legacy of the Iteji Dam looms large. Since its construction in 1977, the dam has altered the natural rhythm of the Kafue River, disrupting the ancient flood cycles that once nourished the floodplains. The river's pulse, once predictable and life-giving, now falters. Peak flood levels have dropped by nearly 40%, leaving vast stretches of grassland parched and lifeless. The once fertile floodplain, a cradle for countless species, is shrinking, its rich tapestry of life unravelling. For the Kafue lechwe and the wattled crane, these changes are catastrophic. Over half of their essential grassland habitat has vanished, leaving them with ever-dwindling spaces to feed, breed and thrive. The loss of these habitats reverberates through the ecosystem, affecting every creature that depends on the floodplain's bounty. Pollution, insidious and often invisible, seeps into the waterways and soils of Kafue. The river, once a lifeline, now carries unseen threats, chemicals and toxins that accumulate in the bodies of aquatic life. Recent discoveries have revealed alarmingly high levels of mercury in the park's Nile crocodiles. These apex predators, at the top of the food chain, are now silent sentinels of a growing crisis. Scientific studies confirm that these crocodiles possess the highest blood mercury concentrations ever recorded in any crocodilian species worldwide, a grim record that signals deep ecological distress. The source of this toxic metal lies far upstream, where it enters the river system and accumulates in the food web. As it moves through the ecosystem, it endangers not only crocodiles but also fish, birds and all who depend on the river's health. The long-term consequences of this contamination remain uncertain, but the signs are troubling. Sick and underweight wildlife, disrupted breeding cycles, and a growing sense of unease that pervades the waterways. The cumulative effect of these threats is unmistakable. Wildlife populations are in decline, their habitats shrinking, their numbers dwindling. The once abundant herds and flocks are now mere shadows of their former selves. Lions, the iconic rulers of the savannah, have seen their numbers plummet by as much as 75% across the continent. In Kafue, their presence is now more precious and more precarious than ever before. The endemic Kafue lechwe, once numbering over 100,000, now counts just over 20,000. Their herds, once a defining feature of the floodplain, are fading from the landscape. Even the mighty elephant, a symbol of Africa's wild heart, faces a grim future. Across their range, annual mortality rates soar, leaving behind empty clearings and silent forests. These statistics are more than numbers. They are a warning. Without the resilience of nature and the interconnected strength of every species, even a wilderness as vast as Kafue could see its magnificent wildlife heritage slowly slip away, lost to the relentless tide of environmental threats and natural vulnerabilities. As the first rays of dawn spill across the vast expanse of Kafue, the land itself stirs with a quiet determination. Here the wilderness is not merely a backdrop, but a living force, resilient, adaptive, and ever striving to heal. In the tangled thickets, a mother leopard leads her cubs through the undergrowth, teaching them the ancient rhythms of survival. Each paw print pressed into the earth is a testament to nature's enduring will to recover, to reclaim what was lost. Across the golden grasslands, lions lounge in the shade, bellies full from a successful hunt. Their presence signals a delicate balance restored. Predators and prey, locked in an age-old dance, each shaping the other's destiny. The land itself is healing. Grasses, once trampled and bare, now sway in the wind, providing shelter and sustenance for countless creatures. Waterholes, once silent, echo with the calls of returning herds, antelope, zebra and elephant, drawn by the promise of renewal. Nature's own strategies unfold in subtle, intricate ways. Herds shift their migration routes, seeking out new grazing grounds as the landscape recovers. Predators adapt, learning to hunt in revitalized territories, while prey species grow bolder, venturing into areas once abandoned. Invisible boundaries shaped by rivers and ancient migration paths guide the movement of life across Kafue. These natural corridors become arteries of recovery, allowing wildlife to repopulate and reconnect fragmented habitats. The pulse of the wild beats stronger with each passing season. Trees reclaim the open plains, offering shade and shelter. Rivers, swollen by seasonal rains, carve new channels, nourishing the land and all who depend on it. In the heart of Kafue, resilience is written in every living thing. From the smallest insect to the mightiest elephant, each plays a role in the park's ongoing recovery. The web of life, once frayed, is being rewoven, stronger, more vibrant and more diverse than before. The natural world here is not passive. It is an active participant in its own revival, adapting, evolving and seizing every opportunity to flourish. The return of apex predators signals a healthy ecosystem, while the abundance of prey ensures the cycle of life continues unbroken. As dusk falls and the sky blazes with colour, Kafue stands as a living testament to the power of nature's resilience. Here, the fight for the future is waged not just by those who walk on two legs, but by every creature, every blade of grass and every drop of rain. The story of Kafue is one of hope, of a wild place healing itself, of nature's quiet but relentless determination to endure. In this last Eden, the future is being written by the land and its inhabitants, together forging a path toward renewal and abundance. Kafue National Park is not merely a breathtaking expanse of wilderness. It is a living, breathing tapestry woven from countless threads of life, each one vital to the balance of our planet. In this era of accelerating biodiversity loss and a rapidly changing climate, vast, undisturbed ecosystems like Kafue have become sanctuaries of hope, places where the intricate web of life still thrives, and where the pulse of the wild world beats strong. The park's immense woodlands stretch endlessly, their emerald crowns forming a colossal shield that draws in sunlight and breathes out life. These forests act as a vast carbon sink, quietly absorbing and storing immense quantities of carbon dioxide, helping to stabilize the global climate and buffer the world against the chaos of rising temperatures. Rivers wind through the heart of Kafue, their waters nourishing wetlands that shimmer with reeds and lilies. These arteries of the land purify and regulate water, filtering out impurities and sustaining the delicate balance of aquatic life, while their gentle flows ripple outward, supporting distant ecosystems far beyond the park's borders. Every corner of Kafue is a testament to interconnectedness. Woodlands merging into grasslands, rivers feeding wetlands, and each habitat supporting a unique community of life. The survival of this park is inseparable from the stability of the entire region's ecology. Within these wild expanses, threatened creatures find sanctuary. Here, the rare and the vulnerable, creatures whose existence hangs by a thread, move with hope, their lives intertwined with the fate of the land itself. Kafue is one of the last strongholds on Earth where herds of elephants roam freely, where lions command the grasslands, and where wild dogs race across the open plains. Only in such vast, unbroken wilderness can these wide-ranging species maintain healthy, enduring populations. As other wild places shrink and fragment, Kafue's boundless expanse becomes a vital genetic ark, a living vault preserving the diversity and resilience of life, ensuring that the evolutionary story continues unbroken. The park is a living library, its pages filled with the stories of 158 mammal species, over 515 birds and 70 reptiles. Each species is a chapter in the grand narrative of evolution, each one a unique solution to the challenges of survival. To lose Kafue would be to erase irreplaceable chapters from the book of life, to silence voices that have sung across millennia, and to diminish the richness of the world for all time. The responsibility for Kafue's survival transcends borders. Its fate is bound to the health of the planet itself, and its preservation is a matter of global consequence. The threats that loom over Kafue, poaching, habitat encroachment, pollution, are not isolated challenges, but echoes of a global crisis. The pressures that test the resilience of this ecosystem are felt in wild places everywhere. Yet within Kafue, the resilience of nature is on full display. The park's wild inhabitants adapt, recover and persist, their survival a testament to the power of interconnected life and the enduring strength of the natural world. Every living being in Kafue, from the smallest insect to the mightiest elephant, plays a role in sustaining the whole. The health of one species ripples outward, shaping the fate of many, and the loss of any thread weakens the entire tapestry. The story of Kafue is one of renewal and hope. After fire, green shoots emerge. After drought, the rivers flow again. After hardship, life returns, more vibrant than before. The park's beauty is not just in its sweeping vistas, but in the delicate dance of predator and prey, the silent communication of herds, the intricate relationships that bind all life together. Kafue stands as a reminder that every ecosystem, no matter how distant, is connected to the greater whole. The fate of its wild inhabitants is entwined with the fate of the world. The future of Kafue and of the countless species that find refuge within its borders depends on the strength of these connections, on the resilience of the wild and the enduring bonds between all living things. By safeguarding this last Eden, we preserve not just a place, but the wild soul of our planet, a chorus of roars, calls and silent presences that, if protected, will echo through the ages, a testament to the enduring power and beauty of life itself. As daylight fades and the sun dips below Kafue's vast horizon, a different world awakens beneath the cloak of darkness. The night in Kafue is not silent. It pulses with anticipation, alive with the movements of elusive hunters who rule the shadows. Here, in the cool hush of twilight, the park's nocturnal predators emerge, each adapted to thrive where others would falter. Leopards, masters of stealth, glide through the undergrowth with silent precision. Their dappled coats blend seamlessly with the flickering shadows, rendering them nearly invisible. With unmatched patience they stalk their prey, every step calculated, every muscle attuned to the faintest rustle. Their vision, attuned to the dimmest starlight, reveals a hidden world of movement, while their acute hearing detects the tiniest whispers in the grass. Nearby, the African civet prowls, guided by a keen sense of smell and sharp reflective eyes that pierce the darkness. Omnivorous and adaptable, civets patrol the forest floor, foraging for insects, fruit and small vertebrates. Their presence helps control populations of nocturnal insects and rodents, maintaining balance in the ecosystem. Farther afield, the spotted hyenas' haunting calls echo across the plains. Often misunderstood, these formidable predators are both skilled hunters and opportunistic scavengers. Their powerful jaws can crush bone, allowing them to access nutrients few others can. Hyenas operate in complex social clans, coordinating their movements and communicating with eerie whoops and cackles that carry through the night. In the open grasslands, side-striped jackals slip through the darkness, ever watchful. Agile and resourceful, they hunt rodents and birds, but also scavenge leftovers from larger predators, ensuring nothing goes to waste. Their adaptability allows them to thrive in Kafue's varied habitats, from dense thickets to open floodplains. Owls glide silently overhead, their wings engineered for soundless flight. With extraordinary hearing and night vision, they swoop down on unsuspecting prey, from insects to small mammals. Each nocturnal predator plays a unique role, shaping the rhythms of the night, maintaining the delicate balance between predator and prey, and ensuring the park's wild tapestry remains whole. The secret lives of Kafue's nocturnal hunters are a testament to the power of adaptation. Their existence is woven into the fabric of the night, a reminder that even in darkness life flourishes, complex, resilient, and endlessly fascinating. Beneath the towering trees of Kafue, an entire universe thrives in the dappled shade, an intricate realm often overlooked yet vital to the park's heartbeat. Here, where sunlight filters through layers of emerald leaves, a hidden world of microhabitats shelters a remarkable array of life. On the forest floor, leaf litter teems with industrious ants, beetles and termites, each playing a crucial role in recycling nutrients and aerating the soil. Shimmering jewel beetles crawl along decaying logs, their iridescent shells catching stray beams of light. Camouflaged mantises wait patiently, blending seamlessly with twigs and foliage, their predatory patience rewarded with unsuspecting prey. In the moist undergrowth, delicate frogs and toads emerge as dusk approaches. Their skin, sensitive to the subtlest changes in humidity, glistens in the cool air. Some, like the reed frog, display vibrant colours, warnings to would-be predators of their toxic secretions. Others blend perfectly with moss and bark, invisible save for the sudden flash of movement as they leap in pursuit of insects. Among the tangled roots and fallen branches, reptiles find sanctuary. The African bush viper coils silently, its scales almost indistinguishable from the mottled shadows. Agile skinks dart between rocks, their slender bodies quick to flee at the slightest disturbance. Chameleons, masters of disguise, sway gently with the leaves, their eyes moving independently to scan for both prey and threat. Above, in the lower branches, colonies of weaver ants construct elaborate nests from living leaves. Their teamwork is a marvel, each ant contributing to the safety and success of the colony. Spiders spin delicate webs between the stems, their gossamer threads glistening with morning dew, perfectly positioned to intercept the night's travellers. These lesser-known inhabitants are the unsung engineers of the forest. They pollinate flowers, disperse seeds, control pest populations, and decompose organic matter. Each task vital to the health and resilience of Kafue's ecosystem. Though small and often unseen, their presence ensures that life beneath the canopy flourishes in quiet harmony, weaving a web of connections that sustains the entire park. In this hidden world, every leaf, every droplet, every heartbeat matters. Together they form the foundation upon which Kafue's wild wonders stand. Winding their way through the heart of Kafue, a network of rivers, channels and wetlands forms the park's lifeblood, an ever-changing tapestry of water that nourishes all it touches. Along the banks, papyrus reeds and towering grasses sway gently, their emerald blades creating a dense haven for myriad creatures. The Kafue River itself, broad and meandering, is the artery from which life pulses outward, feeding countless oxbow lakes and marshes. Beneath the shimmering surface, an astonishing diversity of fish thrive. Tigerfish with their sleek silver bodies and fearsome teeth dart through the currents in search of smaller prey. Catfish, some growing to impressive sizes, patrol the murky depths, scavenging for food among submerged roots and fallen logs. The colourful cichlids, masters of adaptation, display intricate patterns as they defend their territories and tend to their young. Each species plays its part, predators and prey, grazers and cleaners, maintaining a delicate balance within these aquatic realms. Amphibians are ever present in this watery world. African bullfrogs burrow into the mud during the dry season, emerging with the rains to chorus at dusk, their deep calls echoing across the floodplains. Reed frogs cling to stalks above the water, their vibrant hues a warning to would-be predators. Toads and newts lurk in the shallows, feasting on insect larvae and contributing to the intricate web of life. Aquatic plants flourish in the nutrient-rich waters. Water lilies unfurl their broad floating leaves, providing shelter for young fish and a landing pad for dragonflies. Submerged grasses and algae oxygenate the water, supporting countless tiny invertebrates that in turn sustain larger animals up the food chain. Every ripple in these rivers tells a story of connection, a dance of predator and prey, growth and decay. The wetlands act as natural filters, purifying the water and buffering the land from floods and droughts. Here, in the hidden depths and along the lush banks, the rivers of Kafue sustain a world as rich and complex as the forests above, ensuring that the park's wild heart beats strong and true. Across the vast expanse of Kafue, time is marked not by calendars but by the rhythm of the seasons. In the wet months, torrential rains sweep across the plains, transforming the landscape into a lush emerald kingdom. Rivers swell and spill into their floodplains, creating shimmering lakes and ephemeral channels. The air hums with life as amphibians emerge en masse, their calls joining a symphony of insects and birds rejoicing in the abundance. Herds of antelope trek to newly formed waterholes, their reflections mirrored in the glassy surface, while crocodiles and hippos revel in the renewed depths. As the rains recede, the land enters a time of transformation. The grasses turn from jade to gold, and water retreats into the main river channels, leaving behind fertile mudflats. Elephants dig for hidden moisture beneath the parched earth, while predators linger near the shrinking pools, waiting for an opportunity as prey gathers to drink. Trees shed their leaves in a quiet dance of survival, revealing nesting sites for hornbills and owls. Migratory birds appear in dazzling flocks, drawn by the promise of food and sanctuary. In the dry season's peak, the wilderness takes on an austere beauty. Dust hangs in the air and the sun's relentless gaze bakes the ground. Yet life endures. Buffalo move in tightly knit herds, seeking out the last green patches. Lions and leopards prowl the sparse undergrowth, their movements deliberate and patient. Beneath the cracked surface, seeds and amphibian eggs lie dormant, awaiting the return of rain. Then, with the first distant rumble of thunder, hope returns. The cycle begins anew, rivers rise, grasslands revive, and the eternal pulse of Kafue's wild heart beats once more. Every creature, every blade of grass, is bound to this ancient cadence, surviving and thriving in harmony with the ever-changing seasons. As dawn breaks over the Kafue wilderness, the air awakens with a chorus of sound. The first notes belong to the birds, melodic whistles of robin chats, the bubbling trill of white-browed cuckoos, and the rhythmic drumming of woodpeckers echoing through the trees. Layered atop these are the distant honks of hippos, stirring in the misty lagoons, and the low rolling calls of ground hornbills marching through the grasslands. Every sound in Kafue has a purpose. The haunting flute-like call of the African fish-eagle signals territory over the rivers, while the persistent chirping of tree frogs signals the onset of rain. Antelope snort warnings to their herds, and baboons bark from treetop lookouts, sending ripples of alertness across the plains. As the day unfolds, the orchestra swells. Insects hum and click in the thickening heat. Cicadas pulse in waves, their collective song a measure of rising temperatures. The rustle of grasses betrays the cautious movement of grazing herds, while the guttural grunts of lions and the sharp yelps of wild dogs punctuate the air, carrying messages of dominance, danger, and reunion. As night descends, a new symphony emerges. The rhythmic hoots of owls, the eerie whoops of hyenas, and the soft purrs of leopards drift through the darkness. In the wetlands, frogs create a shimmering wall of sound, and the splash of a hunting otter or the distant bellow of a hippo adds unexpected notes to the nightly melody. These sounds are more than background, they are the language of survival. Alarm calls warn of prowling predators, mating songs ensure the next generation, and territorial calls maintain the delicate balance between neighbours. Together they form a living soundtrack, a sign of a thriving ecosystem. Each note a testament to the resilience and interconnectedness of Kafue's wild inhabitants. In the silence between calls, anticipation hangs, for every sound is a story, and every story is part of Kafue's eternal song.